Dude, come on! How long does it take to send a video to someone? Is there no way to make this go any faster? Hey Jace, ever heard of data compression? You haven't? Then don't go anywhere. And you people out there, don't you go anywhere either. Yes, I mean you. Stay right there. So, data compression. What are we talking about here? Have you ever thought about how much data you're actually sending when you send pictures and other files with WhatsApp? Yep, we're talking huge amounts of data. And the same goes for video chat or any kind of live videos. Lots and lots of data. Now the goal here is to transmit data as fast as possible so your videos don't get all pixelated. Or so you don't have to wait 10 minutes to send a picture. What makes all this possible is something called data compression. So here's the first thing you need to remember. Data compression makes it possible to reduce, that is, compress data files. Data files in this case can include pictures, music, documents, and also videos. But data compression is really just a general term. In fact, there are a whole bunch of different methods used to compress data. And each method has its own advantages and disadvantages. Data compression methods are divided into more or less two basic classes. The first one is called lossy compression. In lossy compression methods, information, that is, data, from the original file gets lost. In this case, they usually try to reduce the data in such a way that most people won't really notice anything's missing. So for audio files, this might mean that the very high and very low frequencies fall by the wayside. And for images, maybe it's transitional areas that most people would have a hard time seeing anyway. The advantage here is that compression ratio is usually very high. The compression ratio reflects the difference between the compressed file and the original uncompressed file. Lossy methods tend to be really good at compressing files. Of course, the disadvantage here is that you can no longer get the original file back, since data has been lost for good. And the worst is when you have too much compression, which tends to mean poor quality pixelated images. Now the second class of compression methods is called lossless. In lossless compression, no data is lost or altered. It's really just a way of merging redundant information. Redundant information means data that gets repeated, meaning we can merge it all together. Confused? Alright then, check out this text passage right here. You can see that the word cool shows up a number of times. Now the idea here would be to replace the word cool with some kind of shorthand. Like maybe the number 1 for example. Now let's just say that anytime the word cool appears, we're going to replace it with 1. And now the sentence is shorter. Of course, this is all really dumbed down and doesn't make much sense, but hopefully it at least gets the general idea across. The advantage of lossless methods is that you can take the compressed data and get the original file back from it. And this is possible because no data has been lost. But the disadvantage here is that the compression ratio is significantly smaller. So you usually can't compress the data as much as you'd be able to using a lossy method. Okay, so the image format JPEG is actually a lossy form of compression and uses methods like discrete cosine transform. And examples of lossless compression can be found in the image formats PNG and GIF. These include methods like the LZW algorithm and Huffman code. But the main thing you need to remember here is that there are lossless and lossy compression methods. So, what have you learned today? Data compression refers to methods used to compress or reduce large amounts of data. The methods used include both lossless and what are called lossy methods. We're gonna have a look at some of the actual methods in the next few videos. So no need to think about it, just pull up the next video already.